Well, it's not what you think. It's not the inexperienced ones. It's not the ones without degrees. It's not even the ones who couldn't do the job before they got promoted. The worst managers, in my opinion, are the ones who can't let shit go. They micromanage everything. They think nobody can do the job as well as they can. They spend their highest value time on the lowest value shit because they refuse to trust the people around them. That's not managing. That's bottlenecking. And the entire organization pays the price for their ego. Here's what separates failed managers from the real ones. Failed managers don't build leaders, they build minions. They hire people to follow orders, not to solve the damn problem. They need to be needed, which means they will never develop somebody who can operate without them. Because the second somebody on their team becomes truly capable, the failed manager feels threatened, not proud, but threatened. And here's the part that catches people off guard. The worst managers also have zero emotional intelligence. They can't read the damn room. They can't adapt. They run on fear instead of trust. They confuse being feared with being respected, and those are two completely different things. The research is unambiguous. Emotional intelligence predicts management success more reliably than experience or expertise every single time. The manager who can connect, adapt, and create an environment where people feel safe to perform, they win every time over the one hiding behind a title and barking orders. Here's the good news. Every one of these failures is actually fixable. Delegate instead of control. Develop leaders instead of followers. Build emotional intelligence instead of hiding behind your authority. The managers who fail aren't dumber than everybody else. They just can't let shit go. They can't develop people and they can't connect. That's it. That's the whole list. And every one of those things is a choice.
Man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? If you're in the working world, if you're around them type of people, excuse me. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This Big Bang. Nice to talk to y'all today. Nice to be here today on Earth to talk to you. Man, let me tell you, that's the truest thing I've heard in a long time. I took that sound bite from a guy now, the name of I think it's Dark Horse or something like that. Let me see. Um he's on, yeah, the Dark Horse. He's a guy that's on Instagram. You can find him. And it's the truest thing in the world when you got people that it's an ego drive for them. They micromanage everything and they don't believe shit that anybody got to say other than themselves. And yet, with all these bad behaviors, you wonder why the hell would a company hire somebody like that? Like a person like that is kind of like you don't see that this is a class action lawsuit or some type of lawsuit in the making. Like you haven't been doing this long enough, hiring people and firing and court and lawyer fees. Like a job will hire somebody like that and not even, I guess they got the ego trip too. Like they don't even see like this person, this behavior, this role we about to go down by hiring this individual is going to lead into union. If it's a union spot, you're going to have to deal with the union. And if it goes too far, it's going to be a lawyer and everybody, excuse me, everybody at that job is going to sue. Because people like that, which I work for people like that. I've I think this is about my almost my baddest one. My worst boss I ever had, well, one of the top three was a homosexual guy who, when they hired him, he was purple like he wasn't gay. He had a deep. I remember it so vividly clear. When they hired him, he came to do an interview, and I was in the door. I opened the door up, let him in. At the time, I was in my early 20s, and I was working at this like clothing store or whatever, and we were doing like something dealing with the job where you just had to pay attention and ways if they try to get you to sell stuff. Anyway, so the lady was telling me, she was like, open the door. Open the door. I said, what's up, man? We ain't open yet. She was like, no, that's my interviewer. I believe that's him. So this guy comes in. I'm not gonna say his race. I'm not gonna get into all of that. And I was like, hey, you such and such. Let's call him Rick. I'm like, you Rick? They're saying you Rick. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm Rick. I'm Rick. Yeah. I'm like, oh, come on in, man. Deep voice, the whole shebang. They go do the interview. He comes in the following. They go to training. I think I see him maybe 2 weeks later. And so then he's in the store training, and they asking me like, yeah, can you help him out a little bit too? Because I was a manager. I told you every job I ever had, if I haven't told you, I was either a manager or supervisor. Straight up. It's rare that I'm not in that role right now. But anyway, that's when I started to see the zestiness, the zest monster coming out slowly. So we started to get all these people coming in that was weird into this all male clothing store. And I was like, this is different. And so the very next day, the voice got lighter. Peter Pan all the way. Let me just keep it like that. I'm gonna keep that short. Peter Pan all the way. Till it got to the point where I came to work one day and this motherfucker had half his shirt open. And I just told him, I said, man, if you don't get that shit together, I said, I'm going to the lawyers right now. And I'm calling HR right now. He got that shit together. But that motherfucker tried to do some gay shit. Try to push that gay shit my way. Just out the blue. Voice got lighter. He was always the light voice. And it was, of course, it was some hoes that worked there too that were not that attractive, but was cool with him being that way. But eventually he got fired. But like that was my top 3. But back to the statement at hand with the you got people that don't even care how much they work. Just give me the power. Just let me know from the giddy up that whatever I do, you're going to be okay with it. You're going to back my play. Now, that person cannot understand that when you on the white collar side, as soon as this shit get too hot and my boss, meaning his boss, gets on his ass, he out the door. You're always going to see more white people get flown out the door faster than you see the blue collar worker. White collar always get thrown faster out the door before the blue collar, especially in the union plant. So right now, I got a jackass right now, certified jackass. He came in the door so unprofessional, I was shocked. Like he got to be the owner's son or stepson or something. Because he came in the door in this union plant talking crazy. And so what he heard about my background of being a supervisor, leadership role, this, that, and the other, I tried without getting paid, silly me, but I got a good heart. I tried to help this person say, hey, you might want to back off of these guys because you don't have a rapport with them yet. Not him, not the egomaniac. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about you to other people. And that's what I don't get about some supervisors or people in general. But really on the supervisor tip, it ain't like they don't care. Because you can't be that stupid. But you know what kills me is that when a supervisor will joke about another coworker of yours and they have no idea the cliques or just the whole thing of we all brothers and sisters in this. If you don't think that you're going to talk about this person and it's not going to get back to that person, you crazy. Because that's a witness. You just turn that person into a witness to a crime. You just turn that person into a witness to a crime, and then that person is the victim. And in this day and age where you could just about say in this day and age, you can say anything anything, and that shit is paid for. Cash, all ones. You hear what I'm saying? You can say anything and you ain't got a leg to stand on. You could be at work, supervisor, egotistical, adolescent mind, racist, shithead supervisor. They can say, oh, such and such, oh, they looking fat today. They looking fat. They need to lose some weight. Right there. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. It ain't gonna be who's my word against their word. That shit played. Not in 2026. That shit played out. Because that same person can say all day long that they straight. Till one day they want to say, no, I feel like a woman. You can't change that. And vice versa. You can't change that. And you damn sure can't say, if that's true, I want to see them motherfuckers suck a dick. You know what I'm about to say. You gotta roll with that punch. You can't, and you ain't gonna see them do that. So since you ain't gonna see that, and I'm gonna keep it PG a little bit, you ain't gonna see them kiss no other man. And you can't make that person kiss another man. And you can't make that person show you they spouse. So as soon as they say they this way or that way, nigga, that's it. Pay cash. You bought it. Now guess what? Now that person can go and run that shit all the way to court. All the way to court. And they gonna be spending money on money, and half that whole proceeding is to find out if this motherfucker's gay or not. That goes with anything else that can be said in the work atmosphere. Some person could come say that shit about, man, this person, they stupid. Okay, what happened? My supervisor called them stupid because they didn't finish a project. Well, did you hear him say it? He said it to me, or she said it to me. And I told the person, because obviously he thinks for him or her to say some stupid shit like that, they don't believe that I am capable of repeating something. So I took it to them, and now they're filing a complaint. I got a boss right now that's so goddamn stupid. For his short term of tenure there, he has insulted everybody in the workplace, and then has went and insulted those same people to contractors, outside contractors, and took his colleagues. So you're verbally abusing and bullying your workers to each one of them, and to people who don't work directly for the company, and then to your supervisors of upper management, white collar people. And you're believing the white collar people have the same type of heart as you do: jealous, envious, egotistical, childish, and you guys can fill in the blanks with that. You're believing that those people have that same type of heart. You're not going to find everybody that's bad that's in management, or everybody that hates their workers. Good management looks at the workers for improvement. And when you talk bad about a worker, somebody that works for you, and you're supposed to be in the position of training them, tutelage, and so on and so on, it makes you look bad. But some people, like the asshole I got, doesn't even see that. He doesn't even see it. It's just like, not to put people in the child's place, but just like parents to their children. If your children goes out and talks crazy to people, they say you don't have any training at home. If you have a worker that works for you, and trust me, I've been doing this for over 30 years, 35 years as a supervisor, business owner, etc. I've been training developing and helping and hiring and firing for over 35 years. And I'm telling you, if you can't point directly to an issue with the individual and everybody you work that works for you, you're talking bad about, it's you. It's you. I've had conversations, right? I've had conversations with stupid ass people like this, right? You can have something in your hand and you express and say, hey, there's been a change in a protocol in our computer systems here at the job. And do you know somebody? Now I'm at the job. Supervisor's not. I'm on a computer. Supervisor's not. I'm reaching out to the supervisor to have him aware that there has been changes and we need help. If you're aware where those changes might be, because we've tried. Do you know that I went on a phone call to keep this bitch in the loop? And I spoke and I said, hey, there's been changes on the system. And we can't even, no, there's not. Flat the fuck out. No, there's not. And I'm helping a guy. I'm helping one of my coworkers in this change. And I'm like, we looking at each other like, is this motherfucker stupid? You can't be that stupid. So as he said, no, there's not. And we're looking at the changes. For me to keep my cool and not to lose it, I just went and said, well, there is a change here that agree with my coworker that's looking at this right now. And we're having an issue here. Now, that was in that moment the best way for me to say, bitch, it is. That was in that moment, that was the best way for me to say, bitch, there is. Oh, yes, there is a change. Because if it wasn't a change, I wouldn't be on the phone fucking with you and talking with you, which I hate to do because of your ego, your character, and your behavior. I just hate to deal with you. It's just like a constant, like a headache or a migraine that's about to happen just because you breathing. So as we went through the situation, he had to admit, no, I'm sorry. He never admit. What he said was, after we got through the situation, he said was, well, that's just something I got to look at when I get in there tomorrow. I said, okay then. All right then. Because I'm ready to get the fuck off the phone because for me, that's highly educated and smart. When I have to dumb myself down or I have to just deal with this in this moment and get past it so I don't have a fucking meltdown. Because it feels like, how can I say it feels like? It feels like when you deal with real stupid motherfuckers, it feels like somebody said, I don't want to use that. I don't want to go there. But it feels like somebody said, do you mind being in a room with don't do that. No. It just feels like when you're educated and you know what you know, and when you get in a situation where you have to back off from just an easy casual conversation or easy problem, and you have to deal with somebody who's choosing ignorance in that moment, it's like, I can't talk to you on my level. I have to go to the ape or to the nigga for you to understand me. I have to make this. And the thing about it is that when you take those breaks, and everybody knows about the break. The break is when you suggest something to your supervisor and they come at you in a way where it's kind of like, man, let me stop. Let me pray. Let me think. Because I have to, because what I'm about to say next could either lose my job, destroy their ego in front of others, which that's like an atom bomb, or it's just like, I gotta chill out. I gotta chill out. Part two is on the way of this one, man. We're gonna continue this one today.